And welcome back to Let's Play Mega Man X. This time around, we're taking on Spark Mandrill. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of upset with this video, because this is easily my worst display of skill, finger quotes, that I've probably put forth in this series so far. I just play amazingly horribly here. Which is so weird, because I had such an easy time with X the first time around. Oh well. But yeah, there was just a lot of bad moves on my part. There are moments where I literally just stop paying attention and get hit. Like an idiot. Well, I'm doing okay here. I'm killing those things with relative ease. But it gets worse. Now, the reason I came this way is because there's a sub-tank. Now, normally you cannot get it unless you defeated Boomer Kawanger first. Then you can use his boomerang to get it, and this is what makes the boomerang so annoying. I'm not exactly sure how the firing patterns determine themselves. All I know is it's a pain in the ass to get them to work the way you want them to, but eventually I just luck out and get it. Now, Spark Mandrill's stage is actually a little different if you defeated Storm Eagle first. Storm Eagle's jet will have crashed in here and have destroyed this first section. Now, normally there are little light balls traveling across the floor that damage you if you touch them. However, since I did Storm Eagle first, those are destroyed. It also affects a mini-boss later in the game, or later in the level, rather. Other than that, it doesn't do much, except create this annoying effect where the lights are constantly flickering on and off. Normally, it only happens in this area, and I nearly die there. I didn't know those enemies could actually infinitely spawn if you don't go past a certain point, which is kind of annoying, really. But yeah, the only areas where the lights will actually flicker are the areas where you see those speeding light bugs. However, defeating Storm Eagle first causes the lights to flicker in almost every fucking area of this level, and it's really annoying. I don't know why they decided to go with that choice. Heading through here, we've got the mini-boss, this kind of dumb-looking thing. It's actually pretty easy. The best way to defeat it quick is to just let it drop down and try to bounce at you and then just pelt it with, well, your regular pellets. If you get right up to it, you can just spam fire and hit it a lot for quite a bit of damage. This boss isn't really tough so much as it is irritating because of those globs of jelly it fires at you that just slow you down. Now, you'll see that it goes up to the ceiling and tries shooting something at me, but as you can see, nothing appears. This is not the emulator not being able to capture the fire. By defeating Storm Eagle, the electricity flow to this boss gets cut off and it can't use its attack, which makes an already fairly easy boss just insultingly so. Even so, it still manages to do some decent damage to me. This is what I was talking about by saying this is easily my worst performance. I just do amazingly bad. Now, coming off from there, the lights start to flicker again. And coming up soon, there will be a heart upgrade that I actually miss because I was a dumbass and forgot it was there. It's actually one of the more annoying heart upgrades to get, not because it's difficult to get, it's just the way of getting it is severely annoying because it involves Boomer Kawanger's boomerang cutter. These turrets are easily one of the least threatening enemies in the game. They almost always fire diagonally and right past you. I was kind of pissed when that enemy just fell right off the corner. Ugh. Man, this level just was out to make me look bad, and I was out to make myself look bad. But then there's shit like that where I got hit by the blast radius. The heart upgrade is right up there if you wall kick. There'll be a little platform jutting out that'll have the upgrade on it. Now, it is actually possible to make an insane jump and actually get it, but the easier way, and it's only marginally easier, is to use Boomer Kawanger's weapon. Not that the shot itself is particularly difficult, it's just the way the weapon works is severely annoying. I honestly don't know how what determines what causes the boomerangs to go up or down. I thought that it was if you're standing, the boomerangs will go up, and if you're jumping, they'll go down. But there seems to be ways that you can cause it to work the other way, and I have no idea how. I just try different things until eventually I luck out and the shot works. This douchebag is really annoying, he just stands there. but he dropped some health. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Spark Mandrill kicked my ass because I decided to not use his weakness. Because if you use Spark Mandrill's weakness, he is so mind-numbingly easy, it is fucking boring. And this is where a good bulk of my bad playing comes in. I don't die on this guy, but I get hit so many times, it's just embarrassing. By attacks that are so choreographed, it's like amazing that I was just so out of it I didn't see them. Like, see right there, I saw that coming from a mile away and I reacted like I didn't even react. Part of my problems also comes from the fact that I forget that there's no air dash in this game, and right again, I get hit by that charged attack even though it's so obvious when it's coming. So yeah, there's no air dashing in this game, and as well, for whatever reason, I just can't get wall jumping to carry me a decent distance. I can do it in Mega Man X4, which I actually own the PS1 disc for and can play it on console with an actual controller, but when I'm trying to do this on keyboard, it just doesn't work for me. Anyways, towards the end of this fight, I actually luck out, and he does attacks that I can actually dodge. Finish him off with a half-charge shot. So I suppose at the very least I didn't die on this guy, but still, it just went way worse than I was hoping it would. Now, for defeating Spark Mandrill, we get a weapon that's of marginal use. We get the Electric Spark. It's useful against Armored Armadillo, and it's actually pretty useful in a certain section of the final boss, which we'll see when I actually get there. But going back, we're trying to get that upgrade. Now, as you can see, I'm having trouble getting the boomerang cutter to work with me here, and you can see I've went through almost all my ammo. Basically, if you shoot the boomerang off screen, it'll go too far off and just disappear in the abyss. But if you're just far away enough, it can go a little off screen and still come back to get the heart. With that taken care of, we're going to take care of Armored Armadillo. I don't know why I saved Launch Octopus for last. He's not particularly tough. He's annoying to actually dodge his attacks, but if you have the armor, you can pretty much just soak up his attacks and lay waste to him. Armored Armadillo stage is actually pretty fun, and it's also relatively short compared to other stages. Mostly because there's a few sections where you're put on these mine carts, and I have very delayed reaction times with these, so I end up going backwards and almost falling into pits. And I ended up letting the bird enemy respawn because I went too far back and, well, it hit me. Somehow, even though this level is way shorter than Spark Mandrill's, I somehow managed to play even worse. Especially against Armored Armadillo, who is pathetically easy, but somehow is one of my most troubling mavericks. I just don't get that. I've seen Armored Armadillo taken out, like, in the most ridiculously easy way possible, sub-tank, last one of the game, and I just can't replicate it for the life of me. Maybe because my timing is awful, maybe because I can't seem to figure out how to release charge shots and press another button at the same time. That really seems to be my big problems. I charge up shots and I release them, but I can't seem to do that and jump at the same time. There's the other only use of the helmet upgrade, lets you get this extra health. If you desperately needed those health bits this far into the level, I kind of question if this is the game for you. Mostly it just serves to give some extra sub-tank energy. I hate those bats so much. Here's a section that was actually particularly embarrassing on my first take, because I jumped over one Met and landed on another one. And these wheels can go to hell. I like to blame things in this game, but really, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of the problems that came about in this level were just me playing like a dumbass. Here I realized that I don't need to fight any of the enemies and just said fuck it and skip them all. This is the second minecart section. There's one after this. I actually almost died there because I jumped off too early. But luckily, invincibility flashes protect you from the spikes. And I got an extra life out of the deal, too. Anywho, we're going to destroy this tank with a flamethrower because Basically, it'll destroy all those rocks, and if you let it get too far, it'll destroy the rocks that let you get up to the heart upgrade. Now, jumping up here, we're closing in on the end of the level. Last minecart, and the game slows down spectacularly during this one because they try to fit a lot of sprites on the screen. They got all those birds, all the miners, some bats, and the game just can't handle it and just bogs down. Especially bad considering I'm using a recording software. Now, Armored Armadillo is weak to the electric spark, but same problem with Spark Mandrill is that he is amazingly boring if you use nothing but that weapon. So I decided to make it interesting and use it once to take his shield off to make him a bit less of a hassle. And then just use nothing but the Mega Buster. That plan backfired on me spectacularly because I am no good at the timing on this boss. Like I said before, it all roots back to my problem of not being able to release a charge shot and jump at the same time. I either jump, then release the shot, or release the shot and then forget to jump. Most of it, again, deals with the fact that I'm playing on the keyboard, and it just goes against the way games are meant to be played, where you kind of map everything to your thumb. In theory, playing on a keyboard with certain games can make them a bit easier, because you have full control with multiple fingers in basically easy to access spots. But with Mega Man X, it does not work that well. Now you see, the timing here is you want to fire a shot, then jump, and oh, I left in a death. Oh well. I thought I had gotten out all the deaths, but apparently not. Okay, so there's a failure for you. I guess I should have looked at the footage more carefully, but hey. I really don't know why I'm so terrible at this boss. He is pathetically easy if you know how to beat him. And I know how to beat him, it's just I'm bad at the timing. I think I'm able to pull it off slightly after he's done with his rolling tack here. You fire, jump, but I messed it up there. It helps if you're a bit closer to him, because you can get the shots off quicker and interrupt his shooting. If he still has his armor, it gets a bit more annoying because he can block some of your shots and occasionally retaliate with his own super attack. But it's not particularly threatening, and it can actually work in your favor in some cases since it leaves him wide open afterward. Man, leaving that death in looks so unprofessional. I need to be a bit more thorough with my editing. Oh well. Even, I just can't edit out all of the awful deaths. Think of that round as the demo reel, okay? I had a really huge lag spike on that last one, as you saw. I don't know why. I don't know why I bothered charging that shot up halfway when a single pellet would have killed him. Basically, I question a lot of the things I did during this attempt because I was just out and out awful at this game during it. But that's it for Armored Armadillo. For defeating him, I'll just tell you, we get the rolling shield because I accidentally skipped through the text. And when we come back, launch Octopus and Sigma Fortress 1.